I could have a friend like one who holds me close in shame. Oh, I didn't know that I could have a friend, one who's a better friend than I could ever be. Oh, I didn't know that I could have a friend like you. Here's where the dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beating. It's coming alive now. This is where the dead come back to living. I feel my heart beating. I'm not numb anymore. Here's where the dead come back to living. I feel my heart beating. Here's where the dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beating. It feels so good. It feels so good to know you are mine.
Good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight on this thoughtful Thursday. Tonight, we're going to talk about loving each other and being kind. There's something that I say all the time to people, and that's it's free to be kind. Because it is. It's free to be kind, and it costs absolutely nothing. You can change someone's whole day, their whole attitude, if you're nice to them. In fact, I was talking today with somebody I went to school with, and we were talking about elementary school? Yeah, elementary school even. And what we remember the most about elementary school were the people who weren't kind to us. People remember when you're not kind to them. People remember how you make them feel. So tonight we're going to talk about being kind and loving others. So I came up with 5 reasons to be kind and love others. The first one comes out of Mark 12:30-31. And this is in the red letters, if you have a red Bible with red letters, which means it comes from Jesus. So the first reason is Jesus told us. And in Mark 12:29-30, Jesus replied, "The most important commandment is this. Listen, O Israel, the Lord our God is the one and only Lord, and you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. The second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these." So the first reason to love each other and to be kind, you're my friend, I love you, is because Jesus told us to. Jesus said no other commandment is greater than to love God and love others. So that's the first reason for us to do it. Reason number 2, you don't know their struggle. So the person who you're next to, who's coming at you in their flesh, and they're maybe being mean to you and coming at you, and it makes your flesh want to rise and come back at them in flesh. Just remember, you don't know what that person's going through. They might have just suffered a loss. They could be grieving. Everybody has struggles. So be nice to them, because oftentimes people aren't actually being mean to you. They're projecting something they're going through personally. Not everything needs a reaction from you. Which leads to number 3. I love you too, Kim. You aren't accountable for their actions, but you're accountable for your reactions. So I've heard people say before, I don't know if I can be nice to them. You don't know what they said to me. Well, that's the thing. God's not going to ask you about their actions, but you're accountable for your reactions to whatever they say. And Matthew 5:43-47, this is also red letters, which means Jesus is speaking this. You've heard the law that says, love your neighbor and hate your enemy, but I say, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you, and that way you will be acting as true children of your Father in heaven. For he gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the just and the unjust alike. If you love only those who love you, what reward is there for that? Even corrupt tax collectors do that much. If you're kind only to your friends, how are you different from anyone else? Even pagans do that. But you are to be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Jesus is calling us to love even those who hate us. He didn't say that we had an excuse to not be nice to people or to not love people. No. He said, love God, love others, love those who hate you. Pray for those people because you are accountable for your actions, not theirs. Number 4 is God is love. God is love. And we are called to be like God and a godly example. And you might be the only example of God some people see. Do you want to give them exactly love and love them all and pray for them? And do you want to be an example, the example people see as somebody who's mean and bitter and ugly? You think that's going to lead people to Jesus? Like my pastor said Wednesday night, he said, if you have the sour pickle face, do you think people really going to want to come to church? Really going to want to know Jesus? If you look like you're mad all the time and you're not happy and living joyfully for God, then we're called to be a godly example. Evidence of Christianity can be seen through our love for everyone, not just the ones who love us, because it's easy to be nice and love those who love us, but especially those who don't love you. Don't be so quick to react to people on Facebook if they say something that's mean to you or something that isn't nice. Just ignore them. If you like the old saying our parents told us, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything. And be better, not bitter. Yes, Kim, we used to talk about that all the time. Be better, not bitter. And if you're being better, that calls you to also love people. Don't respond to anything in bitterness or hatred or anything. If somebody says something that makes you feel like you're going to react in your flesh, stop and pray, because we are called to die to our flesh daily. And we are to react in love and godly love and being a godly and example for people. So if you see something on Facebook that just strikes your flesh, either get off Facebook or don't respond at all. And the best way to be is just to love people. And something that my pastor said Monday night at Unchained was to become unoffendable. And I know that that's a process that we're all working towards, but let's try to work towards becoming unoffendable, where people can't offend us because we're going to just react in love no matter what. The 5th reason is because it's good for you. God said he would fight our, yes, he said he would fight our battles. He didn't say, hey, I need your help. And vengeance is mine, says the Lord. God says that he will handle any retribution that needs to happen. He didn't need us to do it. And the 5th example is because it's good for you. Even scientists and psychologists will agree that it's good for you to be nice and kind and loving. All that hate and bitterness, all of that leads to depression and anxiety and illness. Science has even proven that it's good for you physically, emotionally, and as we know, spiritually, to love others and to be kind. So in this world today where people are hurting and people are going through things, just remember that when somebody might strike out at you in anger, or they might say something to you that hurts your feelings, I mean, people are hurting. People are hurting from many different things. We don't get to tell people how to feel, but we can be a response of love, a godly example for them. So I want you to intentionally, hey, Corey, I want you to intentionally go out of your way to love people and be kind to people. Say something nice to them. I try to say something nice to people when I come across them during the day. Go out of your way tomorrow. If you're in a store or wherever you are, pick somebody and just give them a compliment. Say something nice, because right now people aren't hearing nice things. Nice things aren't being shared. Nice things aren't being done as often. And we need to be that godly example. We want people to see us and say, okay, I want what they have. I want to know this Jesus that did this transformation. How can I be more like that? We want them to see us and want to know God and want to come to church and want to get salvation. How are they going to do that if we're acting in anger and hate and bitterness and not in love? So we're going to spend the next week until we get back together. And then, as my friend Echo says, we're going to do it for 21 days and make it a habit. Let's be kind. Go out of your way to say at least one thing to a random stranger or whoever you come across every day, something nice. Let's turn this whole thing around into spreading kindness and loving each other. Because I know whenever I was struggling, I remember the people who were good to me, the people who loved me, just like my friend and I talked about today. We remember the people from exemplify Christ-like character, exactly, and be evidence of Christianity. But like he and I talked about today, we still remember from elementary school people who were not nice to us. So people will always remember. They might not remember exactly what you said to them, but they remember how you made them feel. We remember the people who made us feel ugly, who made us self-conscious, who made us not like things about our body, who made us feel any kind of ways. We remember that. And then by the same token, we remember the people who were nice to us all the way back from elementary school. So I want you to continue to love people, be kind to them, also for the fact that they'll remember that. And they might have had a bad day, but they're going to remember, hey, Emily loves me. I don't know why. I didn't give her a good reason. I might have been mean to her, but she's going to love me. So let's just be that Christ-like example for people. Let's be the reason they want to come to church and want to get salvation and want to come to Jesus, because they see us and they see joy and they see a good example of Christianity. You and the kids accept the challenge. Well, I sure love you and the kids, and I'm going to try to come see y'all this weekend, maybe, hopefully. So let's just all love each other, man. There's so much going on today that's not love, and we're gonna start our own challenge. It's gonna be for the next 21 days, as Echo would say, so we can build a good habit. We're gonna do a random act of kindness for somebody, give them a compliment, do something nice. I love them too, Kim. And like I said at the beginning, it's free to be kind. Let's be kind to one another. Let's love each other. I love you for the same reason. You're amazing. And you know I love you, and I'm always going to be kind. And that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, you can put that in your group as well. The Be Kind Challenge. And I challenge you just to keep loving people. And remember that if somebody's not nice to you, there's a good chance it has nothing to do with you. It's something they're going through. So continue to love them, be an example of Christ, and try to bring a message to salvation to people. We want everybody in heaven with us. There should be nobody that you don't want in heaven with you. Keep that in mind that Christ died for them just like he died for you. So we're going to be a godly example for people because, one, Jesus told us to. Two, we don't know their struggle. Three, we aren't accountable for their actions, but we're accountable for our reactions. Four, God is love, and we're called to be a godly example. And five, because it's good for our health. And those are our 5 reasons to be kind and love each other for our Thoughtful Thursday. You guys have a great night. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Join us tomorrow. Echo will be live. And we have several other things coming up throughout the week. Just stay tuned. If you will like, subscribe, follow, you will be notified of anything we have going on. We love you guys and we're praying for you. Y'all have a great night.
I'm not numb anymore.